do you think politics will continue to impact our lives in this way where it's so divisive like this? And also for you personally, how do you keep going and being motivated to work in this, I guess I want to say climate?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that I don't pay a lot of attention to the climate. I'm aware of the climate and trying to speak into the climate, but I'm trying to be in it a little bit, but not of it. And I think that takes almost a willingness to go in and then come out.
Right. Yeah.
Which I think is what Jesus teaches us to do by example. I mean, he engages, withdraws, engages, withdraws.
Right.
And I think that's an important principle of it. I do think that it's going to continue to be divisive for a couple of reasons. One, because it's been made a religion / spectator sport. So people, when they're dealing with politics, they aren't really talking about politics. It's not, here are a set of issues that I believe in. It's instead, this is my identity as part of this hive. And it's even not even that. This is my identity as not part of that hive.
Yeah.
And so I think that there's what Paul called an unhealthy craving for controversy that's behind that. And if it's not politics, it'll move to something else. But the same dynamic will be there because you've sort of got a perfect storm of a loss of religious identity combined with social media, where people they feel like they have to commit themselves wholeheartedly to personalities or to tribes in such a way that they're then committed to that, and it becomes this sort of video game that goes on. I think that's going to be the case for a while, but I'm hopeful that there's a limit to it because it's ultimately exhausting.
Yes.
You can't live a life. I mean, it's not a happy life for someone. And so there comes an exhaustion point, and the question is, what happens after the exhaustion point? And I've seen that in the lives of a lot of people. I've seen some people that were my students years ago that I would have thought, these guys are never going to make it in ministry because they're just always in the, trying to be in the middle of some controversy. And, some of those people did end up becoming that kind of person, but most of them matured out of it. And you would never know that was the case.